So, I'm talking to Inha about Yuhuk regrouping with us after meeting with Kye-sun.
아니야.
I wasn't blaming you. I'm the one who showed poor judgment. I can't believe you went crazy on Fader after talking to you guys. Inha's short hair gently rustled when she shook her head.
어쨌든
Anyhow, you two came back to the stage and stayed there. And Sales Young and I left the stage once, right?
그래.
That's about right. My head hurts. I want to delve into our whereabouts, but then I feel like ignoring the whole thing.
일단 해보자.
I'll try to figure out the details.
그래.
Yeah, that sounds like the right decision. Anna put her hands on the side of her head and pushed them up. Maybe I'm scared. Digging any deeper. She was such a poor thing. To be honest, I was really scared at first. Oh yeah, when she ran into Ju Young. When I opened the door and entered the stage, there was something in front of the door. I was so scared that I almost screamed. Anna dropped her head and stared at her feet.
그게
So that was Ju Young. She was catching her breath with one hand on the wall. Did she look okay?
그래도
She seemed relaxed, although her face was pale. Inha suddenly raised her head and stared at Do-yoon. It was a mess. Everyone was focused on themselves. It seemed like Ju Young wasn't able to suppress her symptoms.
그래.
It's a good thing she knew how to control herself, though.
그러니까
If it had been a serious seizure, I can't even imagine the things she might have to go through. Alright. Nothing bad so far.
진짜
We should have paid more attention to her. I'm sorry. I'm just glad she came back safely. To be honest, it's too late to even say this. I just left when everybody tried to stop me. I think I helped aggravate Ju Young's condition. Inha covered one of her cheeks with her hand and closed her eyes. Do-yoon could read the sense of regret from her closed mouth. It was complicated. We couldn't have resolved it easily.
맞아.
Now much worse than before. Or did she not much worse than before? Yeah, now much worse than before. I'll take better care of her from now on.
그래.
Aw. Right. It would be really dangerous to lose track of her again at a time like this. Anna slowly surveyed the corridor. Her gaze came back to Do-yoon's face. Accidents are not the only thing we have to be aware of. Someone could be hiding somewhere watching us.
괜찮아?
Anna, are you okay? No, but what can we do? S-Sung Young responded to Hye-sung's Fader post, saying they would do what Hye-sung wanted. Ju Young started to hyperventilate after reading their post. They seemed determined when they wrote the post. Ju Young was also surprised when she saw the post.
야
Who wouldn't be? We've already seen the outcome, right? Inha grabbed Do-yoon's shoulder while she was talking. Seriously, S-Young Young could be anywhere in this building.
저기
Already told you we can't have a secondary account.
야
Not us. I guess there's someone else in here. Inha surveyed the corridor with a bewildered look on her face. We could be looking for them right now. I really don't know where they came from or where they went, but it's dark and there are pieces of debris everywhere. Do-yoon covered his mouth with a grim look on his face. To be honest, I have no clue.
당연하지.
How would you? It's not like we have a detector or anything. Forget it. We should be okay as long as we don't let our guard down. Going to let them have it their way. Man, I'm reading terribly right now. My apologies.
내 참.
I can't believe Sale followed me to the dressing room when I didn't ask him. Yeah, he's the stalker.
그랬었지.
I'm sure he was surprised too because the dressing room was empty. Oh yeah, there we go. Anna scratched the back of her neck.
혹시
Why didn't he yell out my name or something? I could have heard him from the staff corridor. So you're claiming you were in the staff corridor and he passed you?
글쎄.
That probably didn't cross his mind at the time.
아니 잠깐.
Come to think of it, someone could have been hiding there. Well, you were hiding there apparently, right? I kept lying low, and that saved me from harm, I guess. Oh, I see. So she was hiding in the staff corridor, and he passed by her, and then she spotted him. Anna raised her gaze to check the ceiling. We wouldn't want the ceiling to collapse.
혹시
What else did he say?
응?
Who, Sale? Oh yeah, Sale's making her look suspicious. Who else?
그랬었는데.
He said he came back to this place after checking the dressing room first.
그래.
Yeah, he did. It kind of fits the frame. Alright, well, we got plenty more time. Now, talking to Sale was like brutal. I lost lots of rapport and lost lots of sanity. But talking to Inha was fine. Kind of makes me feel like Sale is like acting really suspiciously. Then again, it could just be that he's obsessed with Inha and doesn't want, like, realizes that she's the logical suspect from his testimony. I guess we have enough time in this video to talk to another person. So let's go on to Gyuhyuk Lee. Yeah, let's go.
그랬지.
Inha went after me.
그랬지.
She left right after you came back. I would have had to talk to Inna to find out how long the term was. Gyuhyuk quietly stroked his chin.
그리고
After that, Sale left, and then Ju-young.
결국
Which means we all left the stage once. Gyuhyuk lowered his hand. You should be able to figure it out when you are done talking to everyone.
그래.
Hopefully. That is, if everyone's telling the truth. That too. I just hope everyone will be honest with me.
그래.
You'll sort it out when you're done talking. Hopefully. If there's a lie, you'll find the inconsistency. I think I found Anna's inconsistency already. But I'm not sure if I'm right about that. Kind of confusing. Soon after Inha left for the dressing room, a tremor occurred, right?
안 되겠어.
The time between the tremors is getting shorter. We can only hope the stage holds out. I actually read that Do-yoon part with Chuck Lee's voice. The two stared at the ceiling nervously.
뭐랄까.
Gyuhyuk Lee. Why don't we, Gyuhyuk, I should call him. Why don't we check on the move during the tremor? Wait. Jesus. Why don't we check who was on the move during the tremor?
잠깐만.
Okay, let me think. Once after you went to see Hae-sung. Another one after you came back when everyone was here.
그랬지.
That's when Inha left. And then there was another one when this is when Sale left. Gyuhyuk, with eyes closed, nodded after listening to Do-yoon.
그리고
Ju-young disappeared around this time.
맞아.
We all felt the tremors at the same time, so we could reconstruct the flow based on those. Let's talk with the others first. Young's reason.
나도
I was worried she was sick because she disappeared all too sudden. What way to put that sentence? It's a good thing we found her quickly.
아무래도
We should have paid more attention to her. Things were crazy in here and out there, and we were busy trying to deal with it. The two stared at Young, who was standing on the other side. What I know is that she's always been a dependable person. That's why I forget sometimes about the illness she's been suppressing so hard.
그래도
She received treatment, and she knows how to overcome it. But we're not in an ordinary situation. She's okay this time, but I should keep checking. I should keep watching her. Sorry. Jeez. I think there's a certain place where she can calm herself down when the symptom occurs. Yes, there we go. I'll pay more attention. Q-Huck, you're the one. You're my boy. All right. But she might not tell us and disappear like the last time. We wouldn't know if she doesn't tell us. All right. Man, I bet I'm close to getting another rapport event with Q-Huck Lee. Maybe it has to be after a certain plot point though. So maybe that's why, like, I could only get the rapport events when I had that final conversation with the guy that was about to die. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're saving them for a plot moment. I feel like I should have gotten it with Q-Huck by now. Then again, I think I've been lowering and raising it various times. Arriving at the central corridor, Inha waited in front of the door for a few moments. Inha said she was waiting at first because she thought the door was locked.
아무래도
When I first got there, the door was locked. Me too. He opened it when I called out for him.
그런데
I heard him locking the door when I came out. I guess he left it open when he got out of the dressing room. The two dropped their heads and pondered for a moment.
하여튼
I think she went out and looked for him for some time, but we would have to hear it from her.
일단 해보자.
What's for sure is that Kye-sung left the dressing room during the time where you came back, and Inha got in there.
그래.
Right. And we're not sure as to why he left. We're not even sure if he left out of his own will. After the tremor died down, she found the door to the dressing room left unlocked, but Kye-sung wasn't in the dressing room.
그랬지.
Inha said the dressing room was empty when she went in,
아마도
which means she got there after Kye-sung left.
그럴 거야.
I can understand why she was confused. Yu-Huk knitted his eyebrows as if he was trying to recall the central corridor. Places accessible from the corridor: the dressing room, restroom, and the staff corridor. Actually, I threw in a "the" there, but it's good enough. The dressing room should be excluded since it was the starting point.
그럼
So, that leaves the staff corridor and restroom.
애매한데.
She would have felt uncomfortable about entering the restroom. Now, if she was murdering someone, maybe it's a good thing she didn't go there. Yu-Huk stopped for a moment.
그래.
I agree. Yes, my sanity went up. If Inha went in and encountered the attacker, it's a good thing she came out right away after meeting with Sale. When Sale arrived, the door to the dressing room was open. Neither Kye-sung nor Inha was inside. He briefly stayed there until he left.
어쨌든
I guess Sale was confused too.
그랬었지.
The door was open, but no one was in there. By that time, Hae-sung was already. Yu-Huk slowly nodded while staring at Do-yoon.
솔직히
Nobody would have expected it at that time.
그랬지.
After some time, Sale came out and met Inha, and came back immediately. It's a good thing he did that. Do-yoon also nodded slowly.
맞아.
The person who attacked Hae-sung might have been waiting for Sale or Inha to be alone. But they met each other quickly.
결국
Consequently, they protected each other. Although they weren't aware at the time. So, one last conversation to have with Ju Young. It'll probably take some time. So, we're gonna save here for sure. Look how brutal Sale was. He was just like completely acidic in my conversation with him. He was nasty. He reduced my sanity, and my rapport with him reduced again and again. But with everybody else, they're fine. Like, let's look at these. Down for sale, neutral, down for sale, down for sale, neutral. Yeah, so a whole bunch of it. Well, it wasn't that many, but I think he also reduced my sanity in a bunch of them, which it doesn't show here. Should show the change in sanity. Alright. Alright, I think, anyway. I saved now, so we're gonna move on to the final conversation with Ju Young. Min, maybe just check the watch real fast. Anything, I think it'll alert me if there's anything new on Messenger. Sorry that was corny, but hey, come on, answer me. I can't answer you. I want to very badly. We could be finding out a lot of information from Fuggle if we just talk to him. This game does not make sense. Much like what do you call it? Much like freaking what's that called? Pretty Little Liars. It's like you have a lot of opportunity here to talk to somebody that might know something, and you're just not using it. Doesn't make sense. How about the auto write program? Do you?
자동 쓰기 내용을 바꿔볼까?
I can't cancel.
아쉬워하는 분도 보이시던데 자동 쓰기 내용을 바꿔 한도윤님 자동 쓰기 내용을 바꿔
Damn it! What am I doing?
한도 자동 쓰기 내용을
There we go.
한도 자동 쓰기 내용을 바꿔
Sorry, I'm struggling with this thing. How do I leave? I just wanna leave. Jesus, that took a long time. I don't know what that was. Alright, let me change this to the non-emotion, the one that calls people down.
한도윤
Say I was hitting the button at the wrong time or something, I don't know. Oh. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and see y'all next time. Where we'll be talking to Ju Young about Ju Hyuk regrouping with us.
혹시나 했는데.
Jesus. What was this? Okay. That's a bit of a harsh way to look at it. Yeah, I was hoping Ju Hyuk would talk him out of it.
그러고 보니
He seemed more agitated.
그랬었는데
Well, I went there based on my judgment. He would have rejected everything except our resignations from the audition. Yeah, so don't be so hard on him. Ju Hyuk always says the right thing. He wouldn't suck up to anyone. I suppose. Ju Young nodded with a worried look on her face.
그렇다고 해서
Aw. Good old Ju Young.